for my back with what is basically a pair, or even you could argue maybe three. My gosh. Three. Basically like three sets of general things. And it's no good. And I'm going to change it just now, and the way I'm going to change it is GUI classes is going to become general. God, it is very frustrating because I actually know that's not. It's not sensible because GUI classes, certain aspects of GUI classes depend on GUI. That is, it's why it's called GUI classes. It's where it came from. And I have to think pretty carefully about what I do now. And I think that these aspects which draw, they make use of gadget. Color set and costume really are part of GUI. And I think that they're going to go into GUI globals. GUI globals is going to be called something different. I mean, these things have a name, don't they? It's like, this just defines a bunch of stuff, but it does it in a weird way. Okay, so some things from GUI classes are going to go into GUI globals. GUI classes is going to become the new general. It's going to get some things from general are going to go into it, and some things from it are going to come into GUI globals. And I'm going to do it just now. And this new structure is going to do my head in, because I'm going to have to port it back to my larger editor code, which I'm working on. Anyway. Okay, GUI classes. Beautiful. May as well open GUI as well. Monkey 132 can go. The cursor to cursor classes, render classes, GUI classes, general, GUI globals, and GUI and GUI globals. GUI globals. GUI I want to not get GUI globals anymore. Am I doing this right? It's going to get GUI classes, but this is going to be called GUI classes to be sort of consistent with the way I'm kind of defining other bits of my code, where I've got a main block and I've got the associated pieces. So before this becomes GUI classes has to become something else. What it really should become is general. But what general is going to become is general old. It is general old. What GUI classes is going to become is going to be general. I saved general old inside GUI. Ugh. GUI classes becomes general. Yes, I do. Okay, where am I? General old goes to code. Code has general and general old. GUI globals general. I'm going to close that because it's gone a bit nuts. I'm going to save this. I'm going to open general. I've just managed to remove. Oh, can't believe I just did that. I've just managed to remove GUI classes, have I? GUI globals. Yeah, GUI globals is this. GUI classes. Okay, right, GUI classes is still here. General go away. General old and code is right. GUI classes save as general. And yes, do replace it. GUI globals save as GUI classes. Save. Yes, I do. GUI classes. It's gotten confused again, hasn't it? Go away, go away, go away, go away. Open. GUI. Classes, skins. GUI. GUI pung. GUI classes. Is that? That's not what GUI classes should be. I'm just doing this wrong. GUI globals should be saved as GUI classes. But first of all, I want to make sure that I've got GUI classes saved as general. No. General is just general. What is general old? General old is general old. Okay. I think that having that on has not helped me. I had that as the build target. The build file. Our render was the build file, and I think it was confusing it more. General is still general. General old is also. No, they are different. Like general old is the one where I've taken out. Jesus. I just don't want general anymore. How am I managing to get confused by something that really should be quite simple? GUI classes is what I want, but I want GUI globals to be called GUI classes. GUI classes. And look at that. GUI classes I have saved over. I've now managed to delete GUI classes because I'm such a bloody genius. Now I have backups of all this, but am I certain that... In fact, I'm certain it's not. That's unbelievable. Talk about being a bloody idiot. Yeah, and GUI globals and GUI classes are indeed now one and the same, but general did not correctly. Yeah, this is just stupid old general. Okay, right. Unbelievable. Useless GUI classes. Okay, so I have to think. What do I actually want to take out of here? All of you go away. GUI stay, because this is what I want GUI to read like. But this I want to read like. I want that imported. Render classes and recursor classes. General, render, and recursor. For the recursor main, I want general and GUI. Debug module, string time, general, recursor. I think I want GUI before I want recursor. For some reason, it probably makes no difference. Now, inside this zip, I know. Inside code, inside GUI, here I have GUI classes and GUI globals. And for what it's worth, I will just take general as well, and I know what the old setup of these things was before I confused myself. Actually, well, recursor old is just recursor. I forgot that I still had it uncompressed there. So, right now, inside code I have this mess of classes, globals, and they're all the bloody same. I will check that right now. Classes. Actually, that is what I want classes to be, so that's fine. Globals is exactly the same code, is it? Yeah. Hang on a sec. Yeah, it's exactly the same code. Globals I do not want to exist as it stands, and I'm going to delete it. Classes is what I want. In here, general and general old are now the same. Classes I have has this, it's going to have some things added to it. But in recursor code, general is general, and general old is the one that I started to make changes to. And I don't really care for the changes because I'm kind of going back to how it was so that I can think about this better. So, at the moment what I have here is general. And what I want to do is delete general old because I'm not interested in that anymore. Then I want to rename general. This is now general old. And in here I want to take classes and rename it general. Except I've got something in there called general. Of course I have. That's general old. I don't really need that now. So classes becomes general. And I move cursor into code. So in code I've got general, general, old, and in GUI I've got classes, but no constants or whatever it was, globals. And what I want is general. No, it is not like that. This is you getting confused, and it's making me worse. Okay, right. Right, close everything. Close you. This is not being made easier. Hello, blank thing. What does general look like? That's what general looks like. Thanks. What does main look like? Oh, you will think about it. Yes, thanks. That's what it looks like. And I want general, and I want GUI in main. General uses general space. Maybe I will want to divide general into two. General is where all my stuff is really going to go. But also I do want to look inside GUI. Because I will think about GUI, because GUI has classes and skins, that's fine. And I do want to think about GUI's classes, because it needs some things added to it, which are presently in general. And general needs some things added to it, which are presently in general old. Come on, you know you can think about this. I've given you a fresh start. General old isn't included. That's probably why it's not. Like, what happens if I take that off? Can you read the code? No. Okay, well, what do I do here? Include general old? Yes, I guess I do. And I think it'll remember that, so I take that away. I mean, it remembered this. So now G stands for general, not GUI. But some of these things, like GUI draw, GUI line, GUI quad, GUI print, G string time, I think is quite separate. So I'm going to take these things, in which really the G stands for GUI, not general. I hold my breath and I pop them inside GUI classes, and I think that I put them right at the end because they're kind of like proper classes. Well, actually they're not, they're all weird things. They're just, yeah, random general crapola. Okay, did you get that? So anything that uses the GUI can still use these things, or it will be able to. I mean, I think that should work. I'm including GUI. GUI is including GUI classes. I dare say it'll catch up. But now, general needs some things that are in general old. It needs these things. Needs a couple of sets of that. Needs those things. and I am going to cut these things out. General old is not like this. How is general old ended up? I am so bloody annoyed and baffled by that. Okay, just go. Don't just go away. General is what I want, and the thing that I've taken these bloody classes out of, which are not showing up here, which is annoying, but hey ho. GUI is just this. Fits exactly on that, that's nice. General is this, which I do want. Main includes general. I don't know if I need string time. Anyway, right, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to say right, general old is now exactly the same as general, basically. Basically exactly the same. It's crazy. Okay, so in code, what does this general old look like? This general old is the actual general old. So if I go into the cursor, code, that general old is the new general old. This general old, okay, so I will just delete this. And I don't think I'm going to move bloody general old in there at all. I think it's just making things worse. Okay, I'm going to get this over here. And I'm going to look at general. And I'm going to start at the top. Yeah, this looks like a lot, but actually it's just a neat little set of things. String time. And then these definitions. Truncated flow. Okay, yes. So here are some of the things that I need in general. I need them in general, and I need them in general. Oh, I loathe doing it this way. I wish I could see it just, and I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to do it. I really wish you hadn't done that. Let me see. I've got no general old in here. I can just open general old totally like from a different. I go here. Go code. Open this general old. Thank you. And you understood it. Why was that so easy this time? Anyway. Okay. So in general old, I'm so suspicious. Those can go. GUI general. So I guess I will get stuff like get int color and IC. I will not bother with IC if I can get away with it. I'll say get int color. You can go down here with another color thing. These things, fine. This, I've got something like, I've got G matrix, which basically does it. And probably does a few other things as well. Tedious, tedious. Similarly with the vertices, I've got G vertices. Truncated float. I think it's broken, but I'll take it. Look at that, I've got int call again. What a mess. Truncated float. That's not a very clever place for that. It can go with the other numberish things at the top. Int call. Gonna hope I can get away with not doing it all. Degrees and radians. I will take, although I don't know, I mean I have, yeah, padded int, bowstring, rects overlap. I'll take those. Padded int, bowstring. Now I have g-rects overlap, do I? Yeah. I'll go with that. I should probably bloody add a G to the front of these things as well. Not going to do that just now. That will come back to bite me. Angle wrap. Don't know if angle wrap really has a value. It's a thing I used to do more. I will take it. And I will just stick it in here. Get angle is just a tan 2, and this is like angle between. I don't know if, okay, well, I will take, I don't know if any of these I ever use, or if they just turned out that they were things I was doing, you know, kind of frivolous extra things. Limit, limit, limit. What sort of limits am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing limit, limit low, limit high, limit int. Wrap, int wrap, rects overlap. So wrap, int wrap. A is within B of C. These things get file. Okay, yeah, I will take these. A is within B of C. Okay, I'll take these first, and I'll stick them in just pretty much here, I think. The reason I'll stick them in the top is that you got that, come on, pick it up, want to see them, is that they just are slightly distinct in that they don't have the G in front for general. And I may put them in. The pile. I had a use for this, and I will take it. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it's a very good class, but here it is anyway. And I see some other things here which must come out. GUI classes got draw, thingy and thingy. You go down like that. But it didn't yet get this stuff, which is the costume, the color set. I need G color, but I don't need the costume and the color set. That belongs with GUI classes. Come on, you can get that too. It's an ugly looking thing, this now. You gonna get it? You gonna pick it up? Costume and color set. Yeah, I got it already. I'm going blind. Blonde, blonde, blind. Okay, right. Piles. And pile items. There's a pile. There's a pile item. So now, general has sort of expanded, but on the other hand, general old is now fully defunct. Things that remain here, do I have get distance in general? need extract string now, don't need insert string. Or do I? No, I get rid of these because G is the main thing. Extract string, insert string, be gone. String time. Save all. What the heck? Is the string time class. The string time class is now part of general. I have G string time, and G string time is a funner time than string time, so string time goes. GUI just takes classes and skins. It knows in theory that it has general. Doesn't need. Yeah, it will in a sec. This is going to cause me such problems. I'm going to change this to G space. General does have G space. Needs the recursor. Needs the recursor class space. Needs the debug space. So debug mojo extract general, then GUI, then recursor. General is just all my stuff, including a bunch of GUI stuff. No, including a bunch, all the old GUI stuff, which doesn't actually involve the GUI, but it's just my general. G for general. Lots of things use lots of these things. I could, there are things I could do to fold this up more. Would it be nice to put all of my G functions inside a class called G, and so then you would have G.limit_low, G.limit_high. Is that an upsetting thing to do? A class called capital G? That is quite an upsetting thing to do, isn't it? I don't think I'm going to do that. But I think I might add G to the start of a bunch of these things, I suppose. And I should... It's so tedious. But I should reverse, like, my logic here. This is a class with a capital G and immediately followed by lowercase letter. These are functions beginning with capital G immediately followed by uppercase letter. Now, actually, functions should have an uppercase, classes should have an uppercase. I feel like at least this should be reversed so that the classes have a capital G lowercase first letter and classes have capital G uppercase first letter. Am I going to do that? No, I'm not. Not yet. Okay, GUI. How the hell are you doing? If I scroll up and down GUI, does it show me? It's hideous, isn't it? GUI needs massively changed. No. GUI classes, do you complain? You should have general wherever you are. It should be understood. Maybe I should I just import general with GUI? And the GUI is using G space, by the way. If I have a feeling that it will be clever enough not to. Okay. I'm using using GUI space and G space. G space, GUI space. Classes uses GUI space. General old can finally, I think, be eschewed. What else do I got in here? The cursor classes, render classes. What was the other thing I was going to look for though? It was, one thing is render, render. General render classes, recursor classes, so it's getting general but none of the GUI, which is what I want. And I want to see in recursor classes. And I want to see in render classes. Render classes. Render classes simply does not get this anymore. This is using G space. Render classes will probably throw it. Well, will it? Do you know what this is? You certainly sort of should do, I think. Whether or not you're coming from main or render. Because render is using G space. If you're coming from main, mind you, you've picked up recursor. Recursor is not using general space, it's using G space, GUI space, rclass space. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't. To me, this suggests that I don't need to repeat this. If I go to render class, and render class sees this, then either from render, where it's imported, render classes is not G matrix. Oh, I've put G matrix in render classes. In fact, render classes no longer has any meaning. Good grief. Because all of render classes is now inside general. I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of rclass space. Recursor classes uses. Okay, I beg your pardon. I'm not getting rid of rclass space. Render classes is meaningless because this is now getting general, which has G matrix, G vertex, vector, G vertices, and all the other G's. Oh, don't give me that. A recursor includes recursor classes, imports recursor classes. This just imports recursor. Fine. This just imports recursor classes. In theory, fine. Do you see any problems with my logic? What's this? Distance. Distance? Well, guess I don't have distance. Scale. I am dumbfounded. In general, matrix, scale. Float, float. Okay, yeah, this throws me off all the time. OL is the thing I'm figuring out here and failing to figure out, so this doesn't work, because this doesn't work. Right. Okay, well, distance. It's a bit, not annoying, but... Distance, yeah, well, I suppose, okay, I guess that's one I forgot to take. Into general. And I want that not to have that underline. If I use it anywhere, I'm not sure that I really do. Okay. What else? Right, it seems to recognize its bits and pieces. I'm also including general and recursor classes for this entire thing, so recursor classes, I don't know why you think that's a problem. I'm going to assume you're just gone off your head. I really think recursor classes should know everything it needs to know. My goodness. This means recursor classes being independent of the GUI, which I was not actually aware I'd done so effectively. Apparently. Okay. Please. Yeah, see? Oh, right, that's where this error comes up because of that. A bit odd, fine. No, that just doesn't use GUI space. And recursor main space. Is that a thing? Probably still is. Yeah. Okay. How am I doing? 43 minutes. Right, now I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I feel like general is reflective of general. So I think all these things I will use many places. That I don't have. And also, this is not going to work yet. This draw is associated with. And I wonder if I'm just going to have to accept that the font and the draw, the font and the text are basically associated with the gadget, with the GUI. Or at least the font is. No, the text is. The font is just this definition. So, in GUI classes, we've got gline, gdraw, gprint, gquad. Yeah. I guess I will leave gfont in general. And I will take gtext and place it inside GUI classes. And I will also rem it out, because that is a thing that I will probably end up implementing. You gonna see it? It's right there, boy. There it is. Okay. So now in general, with that remmed out, yeah, all of these are totally independent now, I think, of the GUI. There's a problem. Gimage. Yeah, gimage, gmaterial. just going to take that out. This is maybe going to cause me some problems, but I'm just not sure. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make it like this. Oh no, I'm not going to do anything. You'll just be able to have a bad image if you want one. That's what it's going to be for now. Another blue laser. Okay. I'm getting quite confused by this. Not confused, but in a lot of doubt about the order I'm doing these things in. General old, go away again, I think. I've got what I want now. A recursor. You are the recursor, you have your bits and pieces. Some pretty large bits and pieces, but that's okay. I feel like I can get rid of some of these. I could get rid of that and that and that. And I should probably just do it right now. Those things just have no use. I track them without value. They never change. They're things which are stored by Monkey. Those things I round them out before, didn't I? Okay. I'm making problems for my future self there. It's just that they will have created errors which I'll just have to fix, but that's fine. I'll leave it for the compiler to tell me what I need to fix. Now, right, well, having done that boring thing, I'm just about ready to start writing this or compiling it, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I will do it next time.